Behind the scenes, show number 17, VTR 10-8-24. Let's take one. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Behind the Scenes, show number 18. This show is as old as me by episode numbers. So today's going to be an interesting episode. It's going to be short because we both have class in an hour. All right. What has 5 toes and isn't your foot?
What is it?
My foot. Ain't that something? I like this segment because my guests actually laugh, and I don't know if it's a pity laugh or if it's a genuine laugh. I like this. This is going to be really cool. A snail was tired of people laughing about how slow he was, so he bought himself a Tesla Model S. Now when he drives it, people say, "Man, look at that S car go."
Okay, that was good. That was
a good one. That's actually a good one. That was actually a good one. So that first one was a fake laugh. I told you that. 2 fish are in a tank. One turns to the other and says, "Any idea on how to drive this thing?" It's a tank, army tank.
Okay. I'm kind of slow. I'm kind of slow.
We're all kind of slow. If you break a mirror, it's 7 years of bad luck. You know that. Mm-hmm. But if you break a condom, it's at least 18.
Oh no! Okay, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Of course, it's your favorite. No, yes, that's the jokes on you segment of Behind the Scenes. I forgot my microphone today. I feel so empty. I have to use this stupid clip-on microphone.
But good. I'm dealing with one too.
He's dealing with one too. Who is this guy, by the way? He goes by the name of Isaac Montanto. I already introduced him. Say hi, Isaac.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
Good to be on here.
Doesn't he look like such a typical West Coast artist type guy?
Yeah. I mean, like, what can I say? I just like the old outfits.
So do I. I like dressing like an old man. As a token of my appreciation of being on the show, here's a soda.
Nice.
Came from
something to drink.
Came from the back of me. Yeah. So you're a drawer. A drawer. He's gonna upgrade to a drawer as a beat maker and a collector of all things music. Right? What kind of music stuff do you collect? What's that there?
Let's see. When it comes to collecting music, I don't really collect, but I buy like a lot of CDs and records and cassettes because the kind of music that I always go looking for is stuff that I'm like really into, and sometimes finding new stuff can help me lead to making like more inventory on my music. I don't know how to explain it, but
music knowledge.
Yeah.
Got it.
Pretty much. Like, I started off with like small stuff like NWA, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and then I full on expanded on to like a big rabbit hole into other like rappers like from East Coast, West Coast, anywhere.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist of all time? You have to pick one artist to listen to for the rest of your life.
I'd have to go with my man Eazy-E.
Eazy-E. He's a good artist. Because the boys in the hood are always hard.
Come talking that trash and we'll pull your card.
Ain't nothing in life than to be legit.
Don't call me boy, because I ain't saying nothing yet.
Now you're a drawer, right? You draw stuff. You've been doing that? How long have you been doing some drawing stuff?
I believe since middle school.
You believe since middle school?
Yeah, because
Longer I have.
Yeah, because before I would always like draw like stick figures because I was never much of a good artist or so. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until like I got to like middle school where I ended up drawing just like characters from Wimpy Kid and then just like started expanding on that.
I can see you drawing a Greg Heffley.
Oh, I would draw him like almost every day.
Yeah? And you just got better and better at it.
Yeah,
you ever
pretty
done
much.
Like comics and stuff like that? Or is it just...
I collect comics too.
You
What is it? I started drawing comic book characters around the time I got to like 9th grade. That's where I started becoming like a little bit more better with cartoon work.
Your number one regime is beat making. Now, do you, I know you make hip-hop beats. You just released Ride With Me. If you haven't listened to Ride With Me, I'm going to put a thing on the screen. Go listen to that song. It's a good song.
Yeah, go to the link right here.
Yeah, right there. Editing me, put the link. It's also going to be in the description of the video, if I remember. Do you make beats that aren't based on hip-hop? Or is it all just hip-hop based?
Most of the time it's just like hip-hop. Like, most of the beats I make are like remakes of songs that already are out.
Yeah.
And I just try my best to like recreate them. But when it comes to like other genres, there's sometimes where I will actually like try to make it. Yeah. Even though like I'm good at beat making, but I'm not that good. Like there's some stuff I need to work on.
Yeah. And you just I know you did Ride With Me. Do you have another thing in the works?
I have another song on my SoundCloud called Resurrection.
Resurrection. Oh yeah. I'm gonna put the link to that also right here. I'm gonna put the link to his whole SoundCloud. Listen to this guy.
I only got those 2 songs on there.
Are you gonna make like an album of sorts, or is it?
Eventually I will.
Eventually.
What is it? I want to make like an album of just like all the beats that I've made, like of my own like kind of creativity.
Yeah. Creative Isaac, the beat making machine.
E to the T.
What's the behind the scenes of your beat making? Like how did you get started?
That's kind of hard. What is it? When I first started beat making, I would always listen to like all my hip hop like mentors, like Dr. Dre, Tupac, my brother, for instance. Cause what is it? He was a producer before I was, and what is it? Their music altogether made me want to at least like try it out. Cause before I would just use my fingers to like make it seem like I was making the drums whenever a song would play on. Yeah. And what is it? Eventually, like last year, during the summer, I just wanted to try it out to see if it was like good or hard. And when I tried it out for the first time, it was hard. Like really, really hard. I always thought like beat making could be something like easy and simple, but it's more than that.
It's hard and complicated.
But once you start to like work on it more, it becomes more easy to you.
Now, how do you go about creating a beat? So, like, when you hear a song and you want to recreate the beat, like, where do you start? Like, do you start with the drums and then go to the melody?
First, I would find the song that generally speaks to me. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say if I wanted to remake a Dr. Dre beat, I would start with the drums first, and then I would go on to like making that melody sound. Like if I wanted to do still DRE, I would just work on the piano riff, then the bass line, and then add anything else that's used in the song, even sound effects.
How do you know what instruments to use? Is it like, do you listen to it by ear or?
When it comes to using instruments, I always go through the instrumental of the song first, and then try my best to find out what kind of like instrument they use. Like, what is it? Of course, someone's gonna use a keyboard. I have to go through like a whole category in my laptop to see what kind of keyboard sounds the closest to it, or whatever I feel like would work best with it.
Yeah, and you use GarageBand, right? Or
I stopped using GarageBand because, my brother hooked me up with a new app that he upgraded me to called Logic. It's basically GarageBand's older brother.
Got it. Huh, how ironic. His brother hooked him up on GarageBand's older brother. You're going to laugh at that, okay? If you don't, unsubscribe to the channel. How do you get the inspiration to make a beat?
The inspiration? I mostly go for, like, dozing into the zone vibes. Like, there's times where you be listening to like a specific song that has like a soft melody to it, and then you're just like sitting back like in a chair or so, and then all of a sudden you close your eyes and you're like in this empty void where your soul is literally being lifted. That's how I want my music to sound.
Remember, kids, music is a drug. Use it wisely. Listen to it every single day, and you can get hot. No, don't get hot. I didn't say that. What's your favorite beat that you've worked on? I know you've worked on a ton of beats, right?
From my own work or from a remake?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Let's start with your own work.
My own work was definitely Right On Me. I think that one was like my best one I've ever made because it contains, a sample of one of my favorite like R&B artists, Marvin Gaye.
What song did you sample?
I Want You. Literal classic. I've been meaning to get that album for a while, but so far no luck.
Yeah. And what about the recreations? Which one?
From Beat Recreations, I believe my favorite one I've ever done was probably The Next Episode by Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
It was just fun messing with the sample that he uses and try to make it sound like something I could actually do too. And when I first made that song, I wanted to add more to it because it just sounded like plain and simple. So I would do what any producer would do or DJ whenever like they would perform on stage. They would add like record scratches, they would add a lot more sound effects, and then it still sounded like off to me at the end of it. So I just kept like thinking of something else, and I eventually watched the music video and saw that they had an outro beat.
And you just used that to kind of...
I recreated that whole thing from scratch.
From scratch?
Yeah.
Wow. The whole outro beat from scratch. I can't even... I write, so I kind of know.
And that song itself took me like 2 or 3 days to make.
Yeah? What's the longest you ever spent on that?
5 days, I believe.
5 days? Oh, it's not almost a week. Now, I know you dropped a song on SoundCloud. What was that process like, just from like the starting to actually dropping the song? Like, did you have to, first off, did you have to get like licenses and all that stuff to actually put it on SoundCloud?
No.
No? I always thought like it was some sort of process to put a song on SoundCloud.
Was it the process of that song? Since I really like the song itself, I actually like got some inspiration from Dr. Dre because he actually did something similar to that. But my version was kind of like somewhat similar to his, but mine was a little bit more different. I'm not exactly sure if we could show that though.
Well, I could try. Watch this little montage and you'll see what he's talking about. If not, then I'm gonna put a thing on screen that says, "Oh, we don't have it," like I always do in every.
Don't copyright us.
Yeah, please don't copyright. I don't get paid for this video, so you can't copyright me. And the music that I use at the beginning of the episode is copyrighted, so sue me. No, please don't sue me. I don't know. Do you know like how to play instruments? That way you can kind of like know how to get the cadence and the flow of the song.
There's times where I have to look up like chords on like Safari just to like try to like play it, but but a direct answer to your question, no, I can't play instruments. But when it comes to making like melody leads, that's where I could actually play it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you could play it by ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The very first melody lead I've ever like learned was the lead to Nothing But a G Thing.
Wow. Well, that's kind of sad. It's only like...
It took me like over like 20 tries just to like get it.
Yeah?
And I've done it on my phone on GarageBand. When I remember that specific day, I was at a party back when I was like 12 or 13, because around that time I started getting like into hip hop a little bit. And I started like getting bored at the party, so I was just on my phone playing GarageBand, and then I was just hearing like this specific like note, and I was like, that actually sounds familiar. I was like, that sounds like Dr. Dre right there.
Yeah.
So I tried my best to like recreate that entire like lead, and eventually I got it, and I was like so hyped that I got it.
I did that once. I played Happy Birthday by ear on GarageBand on my... I'm not a musician by any kind of. I played the saxophone for many years. But I could try to recreate stuff on my laptop because I'm drawn to the piano. I like the piano, so I'll try to play some stuff. Like I've learned.
I might have to get you to play the piano on one of my songs eventually.
Yeah, I mean I can't play the piano, but I mean I could play the piano. That makes sense. I could play by ear if I really want to. I just don't want to learn. You want to be a producer. Talk to us about that.
What is it? I feel like producing, like making music to me is, it not only became like a hobby, but it became like something of a stress reliever to me. Cause like most of the time I get like so stressed out from like work and all. And whenever like I get into like my music, or whether I'm just like listening to something that I'm really into, it puts me like in a safe environment where I could just like feel whatever I want to feel.
Mm. Do you have a producer that you look up to, and why Dr. Dre?
It's not just Dr. Dre, but what is it? Early Kanye beats were like definitely spot on for me.
Yeah.
Timbaland, MF Doom for sure. Metal Fingers, by the way. Who else? RZA from Wu-Tang.
Ooh, okay.
And what is it? My brother, because he was one of the reasons why I actually started.
Yeah. Is your brother like he's more knowledgeable in the music thing than you are?
Yeah, what is it? He shows me like a lot, that stuff that I didn't even know. What is it? He showed me how to like chop samples, which I've actually become like a little bit more better at eventually.
Yeah. Now that you collect 90s type memorabilia, as one does. Now I know you got records and tapes, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever Walkman? How many do you think are in your collection?
For records?
Yeah.
I believe...
A couple hundred?
No, definitely not a couple hundred. Like somewhere around... Let's see, if I'm including my hip-hop records with my R&B and all my singles, then I would have somewhere like around 75 to 100 records.
75 to 100? I was darn close. I said a couple hundred. I should have just said 100.
Might be a little less. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Now, and I know you said it's from R&B to hip hop. Like, what other R&B artists do you have?
Rick James for sure.
Oh, Rick James.
Who else? Isley Brothers.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson for sure.
Yeah. What album?
Thriller. Bad. And what is it?
Bad's a great album. Bad 25, I think, is better than the actual.
And Off the Wall.
And Off the Wall. That's a good one.
But it's not just like R&B that I also collect. I also like to collect rock records.
Rock? Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd is like one of my favorite rock bands.
Yeah. Queen?
Queen, yes.
Queen's a good one. See what else? Rock bands.
Weezer.
I
have, what is it? What else?
Metallica?
No, unfortunately I don't have any Metallica records. I do have a Fleetwood Mac cassette though.
Yeah? Oh, cassette. Now, let's get to cassettes. What kind of cassettes do you have?
Mostly like hip hop, but what is it? Like I have like the majority of like all the NWA and Eazy-E cassettes, but all the others are just like Parliament.
Ooh, Parliament. I love Parliament.
Who else? Benny King.
Okay.
Michael Jackson. The Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, since those were like the
they have most... on cassette?
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Okay.
As a soundtrack.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's tight. That's it. Okay.
And a couple others.
Do you have a rapper or beat maker that you look up to?
A lot of the MCs I really admire the most, I'm gonna try to name my top 5.
Okay. Try to.
Ice Cube, Tupac, Eminem, what is it? Biggie, and what is it? Sometimes Nas, yeah.
Nas, oh. Now let's go back to the album, and then I have to get to class, unfortunately. We can't sit here and banter like we always do. I don't make these shows short now. Do you know what kind of album, like what kind, like the genre of album and like the songs that'll be on it?
Unfortunately, I don't have like a full-on answer for that.
No?
But I do know that the album will have like a bunch of beats of like 90s or like 2000s feel like hip-hop sounds.
Good. One more thing before we go. Do you want to do some freestyle? I'll make a beat.
I can't freestyle.
You can't freestyle?
I can't freestyle.
You make a beat, and you're going to hear the sweet gains, that is Manny Timms, the game show loving, I listen to hip-hop, rap, but the quirky guy that I am try my darndest to make a rap for y'all. A behind the scenes rap part like 5. Go ahead and give me a beat.
I don't.
You don't have a beat? What is wrong with you?
On me?
Like just out of nowhere.
All right, fine. What is it? I got a couple beats on my phone. What is it?
What kind of a producer are you? You gotta be ready. If somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey,"
Don't worry. I got my beats on here. What is it?
I don't know if y'all can hear this. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay. Look, my name is Mary and I'm sitting here with E.T. We're gonna have a bite to eat. We're gonna Jack in the Box or maybe Taco Bell. Some people maybe call it taco smell because the taco smell. Hey, they got the lettuce. That's kind of fake. Hey, we're gonna hang with a guy named Jake. And we're gonna get a rake. And we're gonna rake up all the leaves. And then we're gonna cut down some trees, hey, and then we're gonna use the trees, make some paper, the kind of paper that you use to smoke in the breeze, hey, you know what I'm talking about. This is the behind the scenes rap. Hey, and I'm gonna go get a clap of tracks. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Take this. Before we go, you wanna plug anything else?
What is it? Link in the description for this fool right here, Manny. And what is it? Subscribe to him.
Please go subscribe. We're at 54 subscribers. I'm at 54 subscribers for a month. I'll tell you what, if we get 60 subscribers, I will make a hip-hop record. And I will put it on the show. I mean that. He's going to be my producer as well. Okay.
And what is it? Check out my SoundCloud
And check
if
out
you
his
get the chance to.
Yeah. But no, I do mean it. That actually be a good incentive. 60 subscribers, I'm going to make me a hip-hop record. And I'm going to release it. It's going to be huge. It's going to be an absolute huge release. And he's going to produce it. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He's going to produce it for me. All right. Thank you for tuning in. That's the show today, folks. Tune in next week when something happens that'll blow your mind. Absolutely. Be kind to yourself and to each other. And remember, for every bad day you have, it prepares you for every good day bound to come. Bye.